do I have to turn something on that's not really who I am just to please other
Right.
people?
To please
And
other
that's
people.
that's what we seem to do when we're in the workplace. We have to, because most of the time that means our job if we don't.
Right.
And so you have to smile and you have to play the part. And it's exhausting most days. By the time I get to Friday, sometimes I am so exhausted because I've had to turn it on every day, even when things aren't going well.
Mm-hmm.
And things at home might not be the best, or I've had a bad night's sleep, or whatever the case may be. Here we go with I may come in not feeling well, and because I'm not smiling, then something's wrong, or I have an attitude. Why I gotta have an attitude?
So that brings me to my question. Because we always have to be on, and those are stressors for us. I know for me, I get migraines. If I stress
Mm-hmm.
too much, I get migraines. They shut me all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you find time to get those stressors out? Because here's the thing, if you try to take vacation, well, where are you going? Well, why you need to be off? Huh? What are you doing? Um, I just decided to take a day off. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I remember a coworker, love her to pieces, but you could tell she was having like bad days. And
Mm-hmm.
she was literally snapping at people, being rude and all that. And I
Mm-hmm.
kind of sat back and watched. And they let her take a week off. And so, I went to the boss person. I said, well, why
What?
they took a week off? They just needed a moment to gather themselves. And, they were having a bad day. I went, oh, okay. In my head, I was thinking, that must be nice. Your boss lets you take a week off to have a mental break. Have you ever had to take a week off for a mental break?
No, and I know exactly what you're talking about with that, but they do that a lot. They take mental days, and I've never really understood that, because we don't ever get to take mental days. And especially where I'm working now, I have one of the biggest floors, and well, I do have the biggest floor at this point. And when I'm off, you would think
You committed the ultimate sin.
or something, because they can't do it, and I just don't know how you do this, and I'm just like, it's not that hard, y'all. It's gonna be okay. Or if I'm like, well, I'm off the next couple of days, you're off, you're gonna be gone, where are you going? I'm going to get a break. Like
Right.
that's
And
what
I
I'm
think
doing.
mental breaks are important. I think you
I do
need,
too.
you know, Saturday and Sunday doesn't necessarily mean off days. Because
No,
those are times you want to spend with your family,
no.
get things done. If you're active in your community, you got stuff going on there.
Hmm.
Sunday you want to try to get a little Jesus in, some
Yes,
worship time.
Lori. Hmm.
So, I think those mental breaks are important.
Hmm.
But
So
then,
I think for me, like, because I have three kids and it's really hard, and one of them is under the age of 2, so it's really hard to get breaks. So for
that little
me,
helper.
girl, drives
I'm
me.
waiting for her to pop up in the video. Mama.
She'll probably be, well, she's asleep right now, so we're trying
Oh,
to
okay.
keep it that way. But I will say, one of the things that I try to do is I try to get up before everybody.
Hmm.
And so that's usually when I have my time, is before everybody wakes up. And that's my time to pray and to distress and, catch up on social media, to read emails, just to kind of prepare for my day. So that's
Right.
usually how I do, or I have to really plan. So for me, I have to really, really say, okay, we're gonna go, we'll do a girls trip, or I'm gonna go, see my boyfriend or whatever. I have to plan it, because if not, I don't really get a break. And so and I think that's important. Self-care is huge, especially when you wear the role of strong Black woman, because in that role you take on a lot, you carry a lot of things on your back, and you don't always have the opportunity to care for yourself, and you're only as good as you are to yourself. And so when I can always tell when my cup is getting empty because I get more frustrated with my kids. I'm snapping at everybody. I'm not Stacy. I'm not who I need to be. And so I know then I just need a break. I need to take a moment wherever if I need to go, go to just the hotel up the street and stay the night and get a massage or whatever. But I know at that point I need to take a break. So I really have to plan and set aside time for me because of my life and my schedule.
And here's the thing, I think people think self care is kind of selfish, and it's not.
Mm-mm,
It's not selfish at all. And
at
I
all.
think it's because, I remember my grandmother, she would work full time, still come home and cook a full meal for my granddad.
Mm-hmm.
Still kept the house
Mine
clean
too.
and
Yeah.
all that. And so I think a lot of um our strength comes in from those before us because we saw
Right.
them do everything. But what I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see them do was rest.
Yeah.
And I think our generation just kind of like, nope, I'm not Superwoman. I'm not going to do all this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can be Superwoman, but I have to recharge. Like, I
Yeah.
got to go plug the battery pack in somewhere. And I got to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because
Mm-hmm.
if not, I can't give you 100%.
And that's a great point because I honestly feel like some of our counterparts think about the fact at how our grandmothers and them used to constantly work and
Hmm.
they didn't take breaks. So they look at us like, what do y'all need breaks for? You have a lineage per se of women that didn't need a break. So why do you need one? And I think that's just kind of in their mentality. That's their mindset. So I think that's why we get so many questions as to, oh, where you're going, what are you doing? Because they're like, oh, she's actually taking a break. I didn't think Black women did that. I didn't think they did self care. Because when I was growing up, Lily was our nanny, and she was our nanny
And
24
she
hours a
did
day, 7 days a
everything.
week.
And she did
And
everything for us.
yeah, she did everything for us. So why is this Black woman demanding that she take a break, that she be paid what she's supposed to be paid for her degrees? Why is she climbing the pole, the org chart, and I'm not? Why is all of this taking place? Because historically speaking, a black women didn't have that. And so I
Right.
think that's a lot of the mindset as to, and if you think about where we work, particularly, a lot of our colleagues are over the age of 50.
Hmm.
So they
I am the youngest in my office.
that's right. So their mindset definitely
It's different.
is different. It's way different. So here we come, this new generation of Black women who are strong and who are educated and who do know what they want and who are not afraid of speaking up for themselves. And they're just like, whoa, back in my day, you didn't speak unless you were spoken to, you know, and it's hard for them to understand that. So their natural reaction is you need to be put in your place. And